What's up, Friday? We are getting down. We are on fire. We are getting down with some lunch. We're doing some stew goodness. And welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our last lunch with Chef Cindy for this 5-day reset. So we just want to say thank you so much for being here with us. It has been such an honor and such a joy and such a pleasure. And of course, if you would like to know how you can continue to keep access to this beautiful group with all of these amazing resources, I'm going to let you know that in a little bit.
Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. So this is the last day and I am very excited. So today I've got a little pork loin here. It's been marinated. It's got some rosemary. I've got my cans on here. I've got some fresh broccoli right here that I've cut up. And those tomatoes that I roasted yesterday, I'm going to stew these together because today is stew day. So I am just going to pop just a little bit of salt into this pan, and I am going to put this fresh broccoli in here, and you can hear it kind of sizzle. So I'm going to let this kind of sizzle a little bit, kind of cook down. I'm going to put a lid on it. And then over here, I've got my hot frying pan. I'm going to take my pork loin. I'm going to sear it in here. You can hear it sizzling. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of garlic around it and some onions. And I chopped these up. I julienne them. So I peeled it and then I chopped it real thin. And I'm going to put it right around this pork loin. So as it sautés up, it's going to infuse my pork loin. And at the very end, I'm going to throw all these mushrooms in here, which is going to make it amazing. And then I'm going to put the lid on it and let all those flavors kind of stew, or I call it marry together. So, yeah, this is going to be great. I'm going to put a little bit of my pepper on here. You know, I like to use the Montreal steak pepper, just for a little bit. And as I'm sauteing up this broccoli, I'm going to put a little garlic in here. I love garlic everywhere. So I'm going to kind of let that all brown together. My broccoli's starting to get a little bit of color, a little brown, but it becomes real vibrant green. So I got the garlic on the bottom. I got the broccoli going. Now, if I put the lid on it, the water that's inside the broccoli will stay and it'll kind of steam itself, kind of stew together those flavors. If I take the lid off, it's going to evaporate and my broccoli's going to get kind of dry. I want it to be tender and have some good infused flavors. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. So I wanted to talk about today the 6 essential nutrients, kind of wrap this all up. Every time that I cook, I look and I make sure that 2/3 of what I'm making has vegetables, 2/3. 1/3 is your kind of like your fat and your protein together. So today our protein is the pork loin. Our vegetables are going to be these wonderful stewed tomatoes that we did yesterday, along with the broccoli and then the onions and the mushrooms together. So you have lots of wonderful flavors on your plate when you're eating. People say, oh my gosh, how boring. How boring is it to just have just vegetables? But if you're, and this week I kind of scaffold for you. So we started out with just roasting in the oven. That's very basic, very simple. And then we went into steaming. And that's very simple to do. Doesn't take very long. And then yesterday we did grilling on the stove. I think it was grilling that we did yesterday. And today we're doing kind of stewing, where you've got your pot in here, Oh, this is really nice. You can do Brussels sprouts like this the same exact way. I kind of shred my Brussels sprouts, put a little garlic, put a little spray on the bottom, saute until they get a little color on them. And then now, this is almost perfect. And I don't know if you can see. It's got a little color and a little, it's vibrant green and got a little color on that broccoli. Garlic is really good. Now I'm going to take these tomatoes and I'm going to just kind of slice them up. This is going to add, slice them up like this. This is going to add a little zing to your broccoli. Oh, and these tomatoes will stew right in there. You could also put a little bit of thyme or basil or rosemary in here, but I have the rosemary here. So I wanted it to have, today I wanted it to have just a little different flavor. So now I'm going to let this stew together. Ooh, those tomatoes are going to break down. It's going to be fabulous. You can do this also with zucchini and eggplant, same exact way. I like it with the broccoli. So I'm going to let this stew. I'm going to turn this down to medium now. Over here, these onions are going really good. The garlic, oh, I can just, amazing, amazing, amazing. So I'm going to turn my pork loin over. It's got a nice color on it. Onions on the side. Now, I'm going to put the top on this and let it kind of bake. So it's baking on top of the stove here. It's sauteed first, and then we just kind of make so that the heat can build up. We want the internal temperature to be 150 to 155 degrees in the center of it. And then when you let it sit for 5 minutes, it'll all even out. So make sure again, you guys have your thermometer, get a thermometer. It's really important. So I'm going to wipe this off. So the only thing I've had on here is vegetables. I had a different cutting board when I was doing the pork. Try not to mix things up. Okay, back to the 6 essential nutrients. If every day you're eating from all of the food groups, you're going to get all the vitamins and minerals. And I cannot say this enough. I say it to the kids all the time, so they're like this at class. Yes, we get it, Chef Cindy. Yes, we get it. These are things that I need to tell myself every day because I always forget. And it's like, it's Cindy, don't forget to eat healthy. Don't forget to eat healthy. Like I mean, they don't keep coming out with a new Bible if you're religious, or a Torah if you're Jewish, or if you're Muslim. They keep reading it over and over again. There's a reason, because you have to keep it fresh in your mind. I have to keep it fresh in my mind that I need to eat this amount of veggies every day. I need to have portion control. I need to make sure I have lean, good proteins. I need to make sure that I go for a walk. Oh, this is just amazing. Okay, this, I'm just going to turn it down now because it is perfect. How long did that take? Maybe 8 minutes, 10 minutes max to make that. This onions. And if you think you don't have time, you need to make time. I needed to make time for myself to feed myself well. Okay. I'm going to put just a little bit more of this oil. So it's got herbs on these onions, garlic, and now I'm going to stick in my mushrooms. I may have overdone it a little bit with the mushrooms, but that's okay. Okay, I'm hearing in the peanut gallery behind me, there's no way to overdo with the mushrooms. They love it. There's no way to overdo the mushrooms. I landed a couple here. But what's going to happen now is, again, this is going to, all these flavors are gonna pick up together. That onion. So delicious. Oh, so delicious. I need a little bit on here. Now there is a little bit of fat in anything that grows. Anything, because fat is a condensed source of energy. It's in your grains, it's in your fruits, it's in your veggies. Your starchy veggies, like your beans, your squashes, peas, corn, those all have protein too. So if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, you can get your protein from things that are, grown carbohydrates in the ground. In fact, the starch is really good for you. I was reading something yesterday about the starch in potatoes is actually a resilient, I think it's called resilient. It's a resistant, when it's been cooked and then cooled. Cooked and cooled. It's a resistant starch. And it cannot be digested. But what it does is it feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And it also helps move waste through your body. So
I think actually raw potatoes as well. And
yeah,
what people do is they'll shred them.
They'll shred them.
Raw potatoes, shred them and put them in some like vinegar. Yeah.
Shred them and put. Well, Rose will tell you that later on. I am just having a blast here. So I like fresh rosemary. So I'm going to put this rosemary. Oh, are you guys like going, oh my God, can you taste it? I wish you could smell it. So good. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I've got the onions and the garlic. I got the pork loin on the bottom. I got these mushrooms on the top. It's not gonna take much. Put the lid on there, and I'm gonna let this build up heat, and it's gonna cook that pork on the inside. This right here, oh my goodness, I gotta show you this. Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, Rose.
I'll bring the camera over.
Take a look at this, Rose.
Come along with me. Ooh.
Can you see those tomatoes that I roasted, that I grilled yesterday? Chopped them up. You can see the color on the broccoli, the stewing of that, of the tomato, the stewed tomatoes with that broccoli kind of poached it, but they're bright green and it infused all the flavors into there. So whoever thought of tomato with broccoli, a little garlic.
Definitely me.
Definitely you. Okay. So I'm going to check the heat. Oh my God, this hasn't even taken 13 minutes. No excuses for not cooking a meal from scratch. None. Okay, so where's our pork loin at?
Could you cook it a little bit more? I really love my pork a little bit more well done.
You want it 160?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we are at 140 right now.
Okay, a little more.
Yeah, it's almost there. It's going to go real quick. Okay, so you can see I've got some liquid going in here now.
Can we see?
Kind of steamed it. Do you see that? All these flavors are married together. I'm taking the lid off now because those mushrooms they're ready. This is done.
So what kind of pork was that? That was like it was
Pork
marinated in rosemary or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where did
rosemary
you get that?
and lemon juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you get that?
Awesome?
It's very awesome.
I am going to take these off right now.
Where did you get the pork?
I got the pork at Whole Foods. No, at Safeway. You can get it right in there and it's all marinated and ready to go. Or you can do it yourself. Just a little salt, a little rosemary, lemon juice, and let it sit overnight. So this is done. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. Okay.
Call her name. It's okay. Try to be soft. Go. Yeah.
We lost the dog somewhere in the house.
Yeah.
the puppy. It's okay. She waits by my feet to see if she can pick up some scraps here.
Yep.
And sometimes she licks my toes. I'm like, get out of here. Okay, so do you see how amazing this is? And this like takes like no time at all. No time at all. So we got our mushrooms done. I'm gonna take and put the broccoli. Okay, this is in real time, guys. This is all real time. What I did with that pork loin is I sliced it in half so it'd be thinner, long way, and then I wrapped it half, and I put it in the freezer because this will feed 3 to 4 people, this pork loin. Okay, so here's our mushrooms, all done. Check the temperature of our pork loin. Nicely caramelized. We'll get that there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that.
Oh my God. It's gonna give me a heart attack.
So here's our broccoli
Mom.
and tomatoes. All the good stuff's on the bottom. Ah, yes. I don't know if you guys can see that with the tomatoes and the broccoli. Oh my God, lunch is going to be so good today. Can you guys see that? Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. So there's our vegetables. And then our pork loin is at 150 right now. It's almost there. Rose wants it to go to 160. And I'm willing to do that for Rose. Okay. So getting back to your food. Rose, are you going to be having an apple? I'm going to be having a pear. Can you bring it out and I'll weigh up my salad?
Yeah, James, we grab a pear out of the bottom part of the
Grab a pear. Thank you much. Okay, so I'm going to have, today I'm going to have the salmon, the leftover salmon, because I don't eat pork. So I'm going to have the salmon in there. If you guys could hand me the salmon and the brown rice.
Yeah.
Love it. And a pear. And my lunch is going to be the broccoli, tomato, the salmon, the brown rice, and a pear with a little green salad. So if I can have that. Nice, thank you. Ooh, and I have a nice, beautiful tomato from the garden also. Okay, so here we go. Because I have so much time, I'm going to weigh and measure my lunch. Right? Can I have the scale?
All right, that's okay.
I'm going to weigh and measure my lunch for you because we have a lot of time. So I'm going to put my salad here. I'm showing you exactly how I do it. So I zero it out, and I think I've showed you this a few times now. So here's my lettuce. These are just mixed field greens. I make sure that there's spinach and kale, like lots of green leafy things. Then I'm going to do my tomato here. And I think this pork loin is done. So this is, I put a nice fresh tomato in here. I like to mix up, make sure that I have raw veggies and that I have cooked veggies. And tomatoes, when you cook them, and I think I told you this yesterday, it brings out the lycopene, which is really good for like high blood pressure and heart disease and type 2 diabetes. So I need just a little bit. It helps fight it. It's a good antioxidant. Okay, I am all set. So there's my salad. I'm gonna put that over here. Then I have my salmon and brown rice. So I think I said before that I only have grain at dinner, grain or potato at lunch. I don't have it at dinner. So I have 6 ounces. Some people do 4 ounces at lunch and 4 ounces at dinner, but I prefer to do 6 ounces at lunch. Okay. And then I have my little piece of salmon. And I do 4 ounces of protein. So I'm going to see what that is. And that is just a little bit over. Perfect. And then I'm going to put my veggies. So I'll have 6 ounces of veggies. Okay, so there's my amazing lunch with my amazing salad. And I'll put a tablespoon of fat on my salad, which I prefer extra virgin olive oil, really good brand. I always get really good ones. I'm going to check the temperature on our pork loin here.
Good, Mom.
Yeah, Rose,
How
you're
far
fine.
are those veggies?
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, so here's why that's finishing up. Here is my pear. And I told you before, I like to slice up really small pieces. I like to eat slow. It takes me 15 to 20 minutes. And it used to take me 5 or 10 to eat. So I've become a much slower eater now because I break everything up like this. But you do it the way you do you. That's what I say. You do you the way that you want to have it. I am just showing you what I do and how I've been able to maintain my almost 100-pound weight loss for over 20 years now. So this is done now, Rose. You can put these things away. Pork loin is exactly where you wanted it. I'm gonna let it rest for a second. And it is 10 minutes. 10 minutes to 12. So we are all ready to go here. And it looks like we're getting quicker and quicker, girls. So there should be oh, this is the best part. There should be no excuse of why you can't make a fresh meal. I'm going to slice this up now. So here we go. Oh boy, it's nice and tender and well done, Rose.
That's how I like it.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay. So great. Thanks for joining us today for lunch. I hope you guys got this week, you learned some good things, and I hope you feel more comfortable in the kitchen because that's what we wanted. We wanted you to feel comfortable and not have to worry about it or worry about your health and know how to take care of yourself. So keep doing the good work for yourself. You're worth it. You are worth it to take care of yourself. So thanks so much, and hopefully we'll do this again next month. Take care.